Hello, good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start with the remaining questions in the group 16 elements. First question: why does ozone act as a powerful oxidizing agent? Give its structure. Thermodynamically, ozone is unstable one, so and it easily liberates atoms of oxygen. So, it ozone liberates oxygen, it forms oxygen and nascent oxygen. The nascent oxygen is a very reactive compound. The nascent oxygen is very reactive. Therefore, ozone acts as a powerful oxidizing agent. Right? Thermodynamically, O3 is unreactive. So O3 is unstable, and it easily liberates oxygen atoms, liberates atoms of oxygen. O3 heat gives O2 plus oxygen. This is called a nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is very reactive. Nascent oxygen is very reactive. Therefore, O3 act as a powerful oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent is the one which donates oxygen. Structure. Next question is structure of ozone. Ozone undergoes resonance. It has two structures. It gives the final structure is like this: ozone, the bond length is 126 picometer, bond angle is 116.4 degree. O3 also angular in shape, angular or bend shape. Right. Once again, I repeat the answer for this simple question. Simple question, but it is a very important question. Why does ozone act as a powerful oxidizing agent? Give its structure. Thermodynamically, ozone is unstable, so that it easily liberates oxygen atoms like this in the equation. Ozone heated, it will give oxygen plus nascent oxygen atom, dioxygen plus nascent oxygen atom. This nascent oxygen is very reactive, so it will given to the neighboring molecules. Therefore, ozone acts as a powerful oxidizing agent. Structure of ozone is like this. This is the structure. The ozone have a resonance structure. The final structure is this. This bond angle is 116.4 degree. Bond length is 126 picometer. Ozone is also angular in shape. Second question: which aerosol deplete ozone? Ozone is a protective layer to protect from unwanted UV blue rays from sun. Sun gives poisonous UV blue rays that was filtered by ozone. That is the work of ozone. Some aerosols present in the supersonic jet aeroplanes are responsible for the depletion of ozone. For example, nitric oxide emitted from the exhaust system of supersonic jet aeroplanes. Nitric oxide emitted from the exhaust system of supersonic jet aeroplanes, right, are responsible for depletion of ozone, depletion of ozone. Second point, freon, chlorofluorohydrocarbon, in refrigerants are also responsible for depleting ozone. CO3 in presence of CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, it will give O2 plus O free radical. So the ozone depletion process is a free radical mechanism. It will give chlorofluorocarbon, CFC, it will give ClO minus ion. So this is the thing. Which aerosol deplete ozone? Nitric oxide emitted from the exhaust system of supersonic jet aeroplanes are responsible for the depletion of ozone. Freon, chlorofluorohydrocarbon in refrigerants are also responsible for depletion of ozone. Let us see. Ozone react with CFC, it will give oxygen plus free radical, ClO minus free radical. Again the ClO minus again react with O2. One more O2 react with one more CFC, it will give O minus plus ClO minus, like that it will be bigger, thinner and thinner. So this is the free radical mechanism taking place in the ozone layer. Predict the shape and the asked angle 90 or more or less each of the following case. Three structures given: sulfur trioxide, ClF3, xenon difluoride given. Now I am going to start with the structure of sulfur trioxide. Bond angle is more than 90 degree, pyramidal shape. This is the structure of sulfur trioxide. Next one is ClF3. Chlorine valence electron is 7. Out of 7, 3 will be bonded with 3 fluorine atom, 2 lone pair of electrons, and 3 bond pair of electrons. Bond angle is more than 90 degree. Here also some bend is there, so more than 90 degree. Shape will be T shape. Next one is xenon difluoride. It is like this. This is the structure of xenon difluoride. It is linear in shape. Bond angle greater than 90 degree. So all the three cases, the bond angle is more than 90 degree. First case, the shape will be pyramidal shape. Second case, the shape will be T shape. Third case, the shape will be linear shape. In the first case, one lone pair of electron, one lone pair of electron. Second case containing 2 lone pair of electron. Third case containing 3 lone pair of electrons. So we fulfilled all the informations asked in the questions. Hello students, question number 3. Question number 3. Helium is used in diving apparatus. Fluorine does not exhibit positive oxidation state. Oxygen shows catenation behavior less than sulfur. Important. In CBSE board exam, they ask one word answer related to this question. Account for the following. 3 questions, just 3 mark. The one word, helium is used in diving apparatus. Why? The reason is helium is less soluble in blood. Helium is less soluble in blood. If it is less soluble in blood means it will avoid bend. While deep sea divers swimming in the sea, they will come to surface. That time the blood vessels, the blood veins absorb nitrogen gas, leads to bend, heavy pain. But instead of the nitrogen gas, they are using helium gas, means it is less soluble in the blood veins. So far the bend will be avoided. That is the first answer. Next question. Fluorine does not exhibit positive oxidation state because it is highly electronegative. Because it is highly electronegative. This word is enough. Just why it is highly electronegative? It is very small in size, high effective nuclear charge. Therefore, it is highly electronegative. Moreover, it does not contain any vacant d orbital. That is why it does not show any positive oxidation state. It contains only -1 oxidation state. Next one. Oxygen shows catenation behavior less than sulfur because the oxygen single bond is weaker than the sulfur single bond. First, what do you mean by catenation? Catenation is nothing but the self-linking of the carbon and other carbon is called as catenation. It is the versatile nature of carbon. We learned in 10th standard. Not only carbon forming catenation, sulfur also form catenation, S18, S6, etc. Phosphorus also undergo catenation like P4, white phosphorus, black phosphorus, all these things. This also called catenation. P4. This also form catenation. So these are all catenation behaviors. Helium is used in diving apparatus. The answer is helium is less soluble in blood. That is why they are using. Fluorine does not exhibit positive oxidation state because it is highly electronegative. Then oxygen shows catenation behavior less than sulfur is because oxygen single bond is weaker than the sulfur single bond. Next question, predict the hybridization of xenon oxygen compounds. For hybridization, we have a simple formula. First one is number of surrounding atom plus half into number of valence electron of central atom minus sum of valence of surrounding atom plus charge of anion minus charge of cation, right? These are the terms used for finding the hybridization of this xenon oxygen compounds. First molecule H, hybridization. First I am starting with xenon difluoride, xenon tetrafluoride, xenon hexafluoride, xenon oxyfluoride, xenon trioxide. We are going to find the hybridization of these 5 compounds. This is also important question. First for number of surrounding atom 2 surrounding atom plus half into number of valence electron of central atom is 8. Valence electron is 8. Xenon, because it is a noble gas. Sum of valence of surrounding atom 2 into 1 plus charge, positive negative charge, nothing there. So 0. The answer is of 2 into half 1. Sorry. 2 plus 6. 2 plus 6. Half into 6 is equal to 4. sp3 hybridization. This sp3 half into 6 3 plus 2 5. Sorry, sp3 dehybridization. Next one is xenon tetrafluoride. Number of surrounding atom is 4 into half. Valence electron of xenon is 8 minus surrounding atom 4 into 1 plus charge is zeros only. The answer is xenon hexafluoride, xenon tetrafluoride. Here surrounding atom is 4 plus half into 4, half into 4 is equal to 6. Here also 6. The sp3d2 hybridization. Next one is xenon hexafluoride. Total surrounding atom is 6 plus half into valence electron of xenon is 8 minus the fluorine 6 and their valence of sum of the valence of surrounding atom 6 into 1 plus 0 minus 0. No anion, no cation. Therefore, it has 8 minus 6 2 into 1 7. So sp3d3 hybridization this have 6 plus half into 2 is equal to 7. Next one is xenon oxyfluoride. Next one is xenon oxyfluoride structure. Xenon oxyfluoride structure. Molecule H hybridization H XeO4 sum of surrounding atoms 5 surrounding 1 oxygen and 4 fluorine plus half into xenon valence electron 8 minus 6. How it is 6? Because fluorine 4 into 1 plus 2 1 into 2 plus 1 into 2 plus 0 minus 0, because the valence of oxygen is 2. Therefore 5 plus half into 8 minus 6 is 5 plus half into 2 1. So 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Here 5 plus half into 2, right? 6 means sp3d2 hybridization. This also sp3d2 hybridization. Next one is xenon trioxide. Xenon number of surrounding atom is 3 plus half into 8 minus 6, because each oxygen have the valence of 2 plus 0 minus 0 is equal to 3 plus half into 2, so 4. The hybridization is sp3d. This is the way we are getting the hybridization of different compounds. First, xenon difluoride, the formula is number of surrounding atom plus half into valence electron of the central metal atom into sum of the valence of surrounding atom plus charge of anion minus charge of cation. So 1 means sp, 2 means sp hybridization, 3 means sp2, 4 means number, sp3. 5 means sp3d. 1s, 3p, 1d. 6 means sp3d2. 7 means sp3d3. So this is the way we are giving the hybridization pattern. Xenon tetrafluoride, the same formula. Number of surrounding atoms 4 plus half into valence electron of xenon is 8 minus 4 into 1. Charge of fluorine is 1. So how many fluorine? 4. Charges of anion cation 0. Totally it has 6. So 6 means sp3d2. Next xenon hexafluoride, number of surrounding atoms is 6 plus half into valence electron of xenon is 8 minus 6 into charge of fluorine is 1. 6 into 1 plus no cation, no anion, so 0. 6 plus 1 equal to 7. 7 means sp3d3. Next one, xenon oxy tetrafluoride 5. How many atoms surrounding? 4 fluorine and 1 oxygen. 5 plus half into 8 minus 4 into 4. Charge of fluorine is 1. So 4 into 1 plus 1 into 2. Charge of oxygen is 2. Therefore, we get the number of 6. sp3d2. Next is xenon trioxide. Xenon number of surrounding atoms is 3 plus half into valence electron of xenon is 8 minus the valence charge of each oxygen is 2. So 3 into 2 is equal to 6. 3 into 2 is equal to 6. Plus no charge of cation anion. Plus 3 plus half into 2 is equal to 4. The hybridization of xenon trioxide is sp3d2, sp3d. This is very important 1 mark question or 1 or 2 mark questions.